Good evening. The June 12, 2024 council meeting of Long Branch City Council will now come to order. Roll call.
Mr. Vieira.
I'm here.
Dr. Vogt.
Here.
Mrs. Wittes.
Here.
Dr. Selly is absent. Mr. Dangler.
Here. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Long Branch Mayor, City Council, and Administration are committed to cultivating an environment of mutual trust and respect that values the diversity of our community, and we will strive to enhance the quality of life for all who live here by making Long Branch a desirable place to live and to prosper. We will treat all members with respect. We will treat all members of the public with respect and expect the same in return. Madam Clerk.
I hereby certify that this meeting has been published in the accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act and posted as required by law.
Thank you. This evening we have a presentation, Portuguese Heritage Month, presented by Long Branch Public School.
Good evening, council members of the Long Branch City Hall. My name is Ms. Pergosin.
Can you just adjust the mic just a little bit? Thank you.
Sorry. My name is Ms. Pergosin. This is Mr. Vieira. We worked with our wonderful Anastasia students who are from Portuguese descent, and they're here to read off their proclamation.
Whereas the people of Portugal and their culture have influenced the world for centuries for their pioneering voyages to the New World, to their significant contributions to the arts and humanities, and whereas Portuguese immigrants began arriving in the United States in relatively large numbers beginning in 1870, and
whereas among the great Portuguese Americans who have contributed significantly to this country are composer John Philip Sousa, best known for composing the Stars and Stripes Forever, and poet Emma Lazarus, best known for a sonnet about the Statue of Liberty, and whereas the United States Census Bureau estimates that over 76,000 citizens in New Jersey identify as Portuguese and Portuguese American, and
whereas Portuguese national literary icon Luís Vaz de Camões wrote Portugal's national epic poem, Os Lusíadas, celebrating the 15th century Portuguese explorations that brought fame and fortune to the country. And whereas Dia de Portugal de Camões e da Comunidades Portuguesas, translated as Day of Portugal, Camões, and Portuguese communities, commemorates the death of Luís Vaz de Camões on June 10, 1580, and therefore it be resolved that the City Council of Long Branch hereby declares June 2024 as Portuguese Month in the City of Long Branch to celebrate the Portuguese people and language and culture, to acknowledge their significance to the state of New Jersey and the United States of America.
And now Samantha, Matthew, and Amelia, and Lucas are going to do a very quick presentation of a travel brochure that they created and have left for you guys in the back if you would like to take it.
Pastel de nata was famous in Lisbon. Sardinhas is most common in Nazaré. Bolinhos de bacalhau was made in Porto, and caldo verde was in Minho. Bolos de Berlim was invented in Lisbon.
Arroz de pato was made in Braga. Francesinha was made in Porto. Bafinha was made in Alentejo. Migas were made in Migas were made in Galicia. Bacalhau was made in Lisbon.
Famous people. Cristiano Ronaldo is a famous Cristiano Ronaldo is famous for his soccer skills, and Nelly Furtado is a singer and songwriter and also was in movies.
João Felix is a very famous soccer player. He played with Ronaldo in the 2022 World Cup.
Cave exploration. Algarve, Grutas de Mira de Ari, Grutas de São Vicente.
Football, aka soccer, is Portugal's national sport. It is the most played sport in Portugal. Soccer is in the top 3 best sports.
Some of the famous places in Lisbon are Praça do Comício and Elevador de Santa Augusta. Some of the famous places in Porto are Teleférico de Gaia and Centro Histórico. Some fun facts are Portugal is the oldest country in Europe. Another fun fact is right now the world's fanciest McDonald's is in Portugal. On May 13th, Portugal celebrates a religious holiday dedicated to Saint Fatima in the city of Fatima.
Good beaches are Nazaré, Albufeira, and Comporta. And Nazaré is good for surfers and it has big waves. Nazaré has cool rock formations and cool sea caves on the southern coast of Portugal. Comporta is located in the northern, and it's calm waves.
So that was just a little presentation on some amazing things we can find in Portugal. Hopefully you learned a little bit about our culture, about our food, great travel destinations, a little bit of history. So if anyone's interested, you can grab some of the brochures in the back, and I hope you enjoyed the presentations from the Anastasia students.
Thank you.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve the minutes from the May 22nd, 2024 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Viera?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes.
Dr. Selly is absent. Mr. Dangler?
Yes. Consideration of ordinance, public hearing and final consideration. Ordinance 13-24, an ordinance amending Chapter 345, zoning, attachment 1, green development checklist of the Code of the City of Long Branch. This ordinance was introduced on May 22nd, 2024, and is at the request of the Long Branch Environmental Commission, amends Chapter 345, zoning, attachment 1, green development checklist. I need a motion to open the public hearing on this ordinance only.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If any member of the public has a comment to make on this ordinance only, please come to the mic, state your name and address clearly for the record. You will have 5 minutes and may only speak once on this ordinance 013-24. I need a motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? This is the second reading of ordinance 13-24. I need a motion to adopt the second and final reading, advertised according to law.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Viera?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes.
Dr. Selly is absent. Mr. Dangler?
Yes. Ordinance for introduction, O-1424. This is the first reading of ordinance 14-24, entitled an ordinance authorizing the acceptance of a sidewalk easement on the plan entitled Site Plan for 415 Broadway, Block 265, Lot 7. This ordinance authorizing the acceptance sidewalk easement on the plan entitled Site Plan for 415 Broadway and Dudley, Block 265, Lot 7, as a part of the resolution compliance per the Long Branch Zoning Board. I need a motion to introduce on the first reading, advertised and posted according to law, and set for public hearing on June 26, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Viera?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes.
Dr. Selly is absent. Mr. Dangler?
Yes. Ordinance 15-24. This is the first reading of ordinance 15-24, entitled an ordinance amending Chapter 300, subdivision of land, Article 2, stormwater management. This ordinance amends several sections within Chapter 300 in the Code of the City of Long Branch, subdivision of land, Article 2, stormwater management, as required per New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. I need a motion to introduce on the first reading, advertised and posted according to law, and set for public hearing on June 26, 2024.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Viera?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes.
Dr. Selly is absent. Mr. Dangler?
Yes. Public portion and resolution and all general comments. I need a motion to open the public portion of the meeting for all comments.
So moved. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? If there are any members of the audience that has a comment to make, please step to the podium, state your name and address clearly for the record. You will have 5 minutes and may only speak once.
Hi, my name is Kristen Jennings, and can you hear me? I am the owner of an apartment complex located at 130 Morris Avenue. We have a major safety issue with our tenants pulling out onto Morris Avenue. The street parkers completely choke out our entranceway. What I'm looking for is to have our curbs painted yellow and a no parking sign put where it will become safe for our tenants to pull out. There's at least 40 cars in our parking lot, and that's just our tenants. And there has been so many near misses of them pulling out because there is no visibility. People fly down Morris Avenue, and there's no way to see who is coming or going because if anybody is parking near our entranceway. So today I had spoken to Officer Presley and Officer Couget. They told me that I had to come before the City Council to ask, and they told me that the ordinance I'm looking for is 325-3C, which is parking restrictions. So what I'm asking for is that the curb be painted east and west of our property so that it becomes safe for our tenants, because there is going to be a major accident when someone's pulling out and they're blindsided. Is there anything I need to do to move this along, or this is the first time I've come before City Council requesting anything?
Yeah. We'll take a look at it tomorrow, and I'll get the guys out there.
Okay.
And can you just leave your number or grab my card one way?
Of
Can you
course,
stay afterwards?
of course. And my second concern is the lighting on Morris also. I have contacted Jersey Central Power and Light. As you all know, it's a major thoroughway for people leaving the train, going down to the Wave or down to the beach. And the lighting on the street is so poor. So if there's anything I can do as an owner to get lighting any better on my street, I would be more than happy to do it because it's very dark at night. So if anybody has,
We'll reach out to JCP&L. We just had a meeting with them about a month ago about a lot of the issues that are taking place in the city.
okay, all right,
So we have some good contacts, and we'll,
great. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Robert Girardi, 309 Highland Avenue, Long Branch.
you can just raise the whole thing if
All
you
right,
want.
thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a little bit, just two quick things about, the ordinance with the 300, the storm drainage. It looks fine, but the only thing I would add is, I don't know if you guys already do it, but maybe some scheduled maintenance to clear out the catch basins a little bit would go a long ways. I noticed certainly on my street, on the corner of Van Court and Highland, but down at Van Court, debris builds up in these catch basins. I don't know if you guys already do it, but I think in conjunction with, the 300 would just kind of help alleviate, maybe you can be judicial, do it, you see a storm coming up, just do it that way. Just small stuff like that. I just thought I'd add in for stuff like that. Okay. The second thing is, of course, for me is the basketball court on the Van Court Park is, the concrete's breaking up. If you guys can take a look, fix that, or if you can do anything for that, that's all. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Requesting 1-minute notification, Vincent Lepore, 33 Ocean Terrace, Long Branch. Where's Mr. Martin this evening?
It's on vacation.
Mr. Martin, the CFO's on vacation. I guess I won't get any insulting or degrading remarks this evening. Has any member of this council proofed out the audit of Pier Village 3 garage of Gary Barnett? There's two answers, yes or no. Has anybody reviewed the audit of Pier Village 3 garage? Yes or no? What do you do? Get instructions to come in here and not answer any questions of Vincent Lepore? Is that accountability to the public? The city's been in possession of this audit now, supposed audit, for at least 4 months. All right, counsel, you're proving to everybody your incompetence. Mr. Reno, I've now spoken about the illegality of the property tax exempt status of Gary Barnett's Pier Village 3 garage for the past 9 months, wherein I have been consistent in my objection to the continuing property tax exemption for the garage that should have lost its exemption in June 2022 when the garage was sold off from the Lofts condominium residences, and as such should have had a land and improvement assessment placed on the garage condominium. Further, I have continuously asked for the fully executed copy of the garage's 2022 audit, as required under the terms and conditions of the November 2017 financial agreement entered into between Gary Barnett and Charles Kushner and the City of Long Branch. Mr. Reno, does it remain your position that you have absolutely no obligation in your role as city attorney to investigate the tax exemption status of the Pier Village 3 garage, nor is it your responsibility to insist on a fully executed audit from Gary Barnett as required in the 2017 financial agreement? Mr. Reno, on the answer.
So the answer is kind of a multi-part question. First, it's the tax assessor and the chief financial officer who are responsible for collecting the audits, and I'll certainly talk to both of them and see whether they have them. I believe we have the 22 audit. I believe we do. And secondly, I think that you misread the documents, or maybe you've never read the documents and you just make stuff up regarding the tax abatement and how the parking deck is handled, because I believe that parking deck is a common area of Pure Village, and the nominal pilot on the parking deck is $1,000, and it serves as parking for the Pure Village apartments, and the pilot payment for the apartments is what covers it.
Cut it, you're wrong. You're completely wrong. Mr. Reno, I would
completely
suggest you
correct.
review the financial agreement because you're completely
1 minute
wrong.
notification.
Mr. Reno, to the best of your knowledge, during the time you've been in Long Branch as the city attorney, keeping in mind Charles Kushner owes us 3 years' worth of audits, and the audits provided by Gary Barnett are insufficient. Has this city's annual audit ever been overdue by more than a year, Mr. Reno?
You mean the audit of the city's financial condition?
Yes,
No.
Mr. Reno.
No,
No.
it's always been timely.
It's always on time. And why is Mr. Kushner getting an exception of 3 years on a financial agreement?
I don't know that that's accurate.
It's accurate.
No, I don't believe it is.
You don't believe Mr. Kushner is delinquent for
5
3 years
minutes.
on the audit? Mr. Rizzo, Mr. Raynon, you exemplify junk government.
I need a motion to close the public portion of the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Madam Clerk, are there any changes to the list of resolutions?
No changes have been made.
We can take the list of resolutions as a consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Viera?
Yes.
Dr. Vogt?
Yes.
Mrs. Wittes?
Yes.
Dr. Selly is absent. Mr. Dangler?
Yes. Applications, there are none. Miscellaneous business for the good of the order. Councilman Vieira.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you, Chief, for being out as usual. I want to thank Mr. Vieira and Ms. Fregosa bringing the students out for Portuguese Heritage Month. That touched a little bit where I'm from. It was beautiful, and I want to thank them specially. And Christine, we're going to address those concerns that we have. And a good night.
Thank you. Councilwoman Vogt.
Thank you, Council President. So just a few quick shout-outs. One, I want to just recognize Sergeant Michael Decker, who will, on August 2nd, I think it is, be promoted to Lieutenant Decker. All of our officers are so well-deserving of the promotions that they get. I'm speaking about Michael in particular because I've had the opportunity to work with him a lot on our HERES committee, which addresses the opioid situation throughout the county. Michael has been a faithful attendee at all of the meetings and contributes and helps the committee tremendously. So my thanks to him and kudos on his promotion. Also, just kudos to I love to see the kids, and they always do a great job and talk about Portugal, which is beautiful. So that was lovely. And also a shout out to our police force in general in terms of the way they handled this past weekend with all that has been going on in Pure Village. So please send to everyone the council's kudos and thanks for all the work that they do. So thank you very much.
Councilwoman Wittes.
I too would like to thank the police department for everything you did this weekend, and did a great job. And thank you to you, Director, for overseeing everything. And thank you for coming out this evening and expressing your concerns, and we'll certainly have someone get back to you and to discuss it. And the students, they were amazing, and, you know, I look forward to them every month coming to our meetings. And with that, I wish everyone a good next 2 weeks, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Mayor Pallone.
Thank you, Council President. I'd like to thank our police department for the extensive planning and preparation in response to last Saturday's pop-up beach party. Our police department, along with the assisting outside law enforcement agencies, did an outstanding job. I'd also like to thank the Long Branch Detective Bureau and the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office for identifying the promoters for this event, leading to cease and desist letters and other legal action. And finally, I'd like to also thank our Office of Emergency Management, Department of Public Works, and all the other city personnel who were involved in ensuring the safety of our residents last weekend. Our summer concert series and fun days are back. Check out the website for our full schedule at www.longbranch.org. And finally, our 29th annual cruise night to the Jersey Shore Car Show is this weekend. That's this Sunday, the 16th, from 9 to 3 p.m. at the Long Branch Promenade. Thank you all for coming this evening, and have a great week.
Thank you. I would first certainly like to thank the students. They did a wonderful job with their presentation. And as everyone has already said, we appreciate the work that that law enforcement did, certainly our own police department, but the joint effort to minimize the pop-up parties and to be as incident-free as possible. So the business owners and the residents and the people who want to just come and enjoy the beach for the weekend or whatever day they choose to come, they could do it safely and just have a good time. So thank you, Director, and Charlie, for coordinating everything with throughout the county to make it a safe place. And certainly congratulations also to not Sergeant, now Lieutenant Mike Decker. Congratulations on your promotion. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.